Good morning. Okay, so we're closing in on that 100,000 subscriber mark. Woohoo! Only took damn near 10 years. I could explain a little bit about this and probably get you all bored and from this long-winded explanation as to why it took me 10 years, but I think you all know. I mean, I'm kind of controversial at times. I have a foul mouth at times. I don't do things the prescribed way, and YouTube knows that, recognizes that, and of course punishes me for that, monetarily and subscription-wise. I know there's a lot of you that have been unsubscribed and have had to resubscribe. Thank you very much for the resubscription. It just means that I'm worth watching. So, with that being said, I'm going to come up with some crazy idea. You see, I have an embroidery machine. Yeah. I embroider stuff, or Teresa does now, and this is a ball cap. This is one of the new ones. It's very nice. These hats here, maybe I'll reveal what my hats are. Pretty simple. But what I would like to say is, when I hit that 100,000 mark, if you buy a T-shirt, I think I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have Teresa. If you buy a T-shirt, we're gonna do the 100,000 subscriber on the sleeve right under the one logo that I have, the sunburst triangular logo. So, yeah, you buy a T-shirt, that's what it's going to be. And I'll probably do, the first 100 of them like that. But that's just up to you guys. There should be a giveaway of some sort. I have Clicky the camera, so, maybe I'll give away Clicky the camera with a battery and an SD card with a message onto it that you can watch. Maybe. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Let's hit 100,000 yet. I mean, it's a long way to go with less than 400 subscribers. I think there's less than 250 subscribers to go, and then I'm good to go. I could literally have that by the end of this week if you, the watcher, hits the subscribe button. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the video. Have a good two.
Take two.
Okay, so we are spreading fertilizer on new ground, which is always a trip, as I would say. I need to be at about 10 miles per hour because I want to get a little bit more on there. The guys that farmed this before were not known to put a lot of fertilizer down. Nothing really, not much at all. So anyway, we're finding out that there is a lot of wet spots. So what we're doing is we're getting rid of the fertilizer in the buggy, and you see we're going to lighten it up. When we're done lightening it up, then we should be pretty good. We're lightening it up, and then we should be able to get into the wet spots or over the wetter ground pretty easy. There's 53 acres here. It's county ground. You can point it out the front, then I can see what we're doing. Houses all around, so that could be another challenge. As you can see, there's just houses everywhere. When I say a challenge, I mean it because people in houses like to complain about chemical applications, whether it's fertilizer or herbicide. But right now I'm actually putting down potash or potassium and ammonium sulfate, which is, nitrogen and sulfur. But you just got to be careful. You don't want to throw it onto somebody's lawn, or if they're out here walking, because it is county ground, they're out here walking, you don't really want to be throwing dry fertilizer, granular fertilizer onto them, because it'll sting like a wasp for a little bit. And I know there was a woman down over on the other side cleaning up brush, and she got to breathe the dust off of that potash, and I can guarantee you that didn't taste very nice. What do you think? Think it would taste very nice?
No.
I'd say it would taste pretty doggone crappy. I'm getting a little wide here for some reason.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, I'm getting a little wide, but it's really frilly stuff. It's chucking it a lot farther than I had thought that it was previously. Next thing I'll have the damn cops after me. He went by me with that chemical bomb. You know, actually, you breathe more nitrogen in the air than in a day than you would get in one breath of this stuff. But anyway, it's got an acidic taste to it. But the grass doesn't look too bad. The guys that farmed it before lost his hay market. I spoke with him on the phone. He lost his hay market. He says it just isn't there, and he didn't know what he was going to do with it anyway, so he wasn't upset that he bid accordingly. Last time he bid on this ground, he bid $55 an acre.
Really?
Yeah, well, he needed the hay. And then he lost his hay market, so he didn't even bid 20 bucks. I split the difference on him. I beat him out and then felt a little guilty that I had beat him out because he's farmed this ground for so many years, you know, and I didn't expect to get the ground away from him. That was never my intention. My intention was just to, you know, in case what happened, I would get it, and that just means that I made out pretty good because he didn't bid anywhere near what he had bid before because he had no way to get rid of the hay. So I've always got a way to get rid of hay. There's just not I don't have that problem. And even to make good bales, I actually think I'm going to be making some better. I'm going to make some more good hay and put away because, I don't know, I just need something else to do rather than run to the mushroom barn. I'm not doing it in little bales, that's for sure.
Where's that woman?
Yeah, she's out there. Her husband was out there, or the guy was, he's out there yet. You know, it's kind of funny how they work, you know. This is county ground, so they take all their junk and they put it on the county property, so it's not on their property. It's kind of funny, you know. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's okay. Shit, there's water there. I'm seeing water there. So there's hay they never got made, sitting down there. A little bit worried as to how I'm going to get this done. Now that just so happens to be hay that he never made. So we got that issue to deal with. And what happens with that is when this is what we're going to do. Being this is a wet spot and I can see where it starts and ends, I'm going to just go around it. There's a spring right there, you see it? Now this tractor will float, but the spreader certainly will not. Yeah, what happens with hay that's not made, A, it's going to have weeds coming up through it. B, it's not going to dry out where the dam. So I'm going to have to come back here when it dries out a little better and put down my potash afterwards. Or I just say to hell with the potash side of it and just put the nitrogen down like like normal. Because you're not going on here with a sprayer, I can guarantee you that.
No, you'll sink.
Well, the big sprayer floats better than this cart does, this spreader.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. Now, I do have some dead spots out here. I don't know whether, that's a different type of grass. You know what that looks like? Actually looks like reed canary grass. It could very well be a warm season grass. Right. I'd really like to see this lighten up a little bit. There we go. But people are oblivious as to what you're doing when you're out here. You know, they're on the property that you're trying to do your work on, and they stand there as if it's, oh, I don't know what he's doing, but if it can hit me, I'll just stand here, and then I'll call the cops and sue his ass for putting my eye out because I'm stupid. You know, what a shame that would be, but I went around her. I took a wide berth, didn't I?
Yep.
I wasn't going to have her give me any excuses to sue me for being dumb. But, it's kind of sad that people have to be that way. This is one of the nicer, bigger fields. I've bid on this before and not gotten it. But I guess it's mine now for a while.
5 years, right?
8 years. It's a 5-year contract with a 3-year extension if you want it. Now, if your market changes and you can't put corn and soy, or can't put hay in, this is hay only. There's no provisions for corn or soybeans, so you can't do anything but hay here, which is fine. I don't care. Here I got another spring there.
Water.
Well, that's okay because I'm thinking there's a center furrow over there. What's it looking like? Yeah, we're getting into the water. I'm gonna have to bug out of here, I'm telling you. What a pain in my ass. I'm not gonna go up there.
No.
I'm not. And I'm not gonna go down there. But what I can do is simple enough. I gotta split the difference here. Let's see what that field looks like. Yeah, so I'm not spreading anything, but there's water. No? Alright, so we got some issues here. What happens when you cross into ditches that are deeper than your booms are when it's folded up? So you break stuff, right? Right. Oh man, that thing shouldn't be like that. All right, in the front, get some gloves on. In the front, there's some bags with some parts in them that need to be gotten. Get some popcorn oil here. In the front, in the induction tank. Pieces. So, that's that one. This one over here is going to be a little bit more problematic. If you can see, I have bent it. I hooked a tree limb. I hooked a tree limb, and when I did, it just broke shit all apart. So I have to straighten that back out again. A couple things there need to be done. This is completely pushed back. I need to put some zip ties back on it because they're broke. Think about it, you're going to need to find... Oh, you're getting an all-over video here today. I've got to do this kind of somewhat sort of right, so... Anyway, so what happens is when you get too low to the ground in the back, because these are the 90-foot booms, they call them eagle booms, I guess, but they're more like condors because they're huge. So what I have to do is get Grant to hang on that while I tap on this to pull this dent out. So what we do here, put that up there. I need your little bit of weight. Just hang on to it. What's there, stuff coming out of it? Got going on. Good. It's getting there. I actually almost should just leave it the way it is, but I'm not going to. Yeah, hang on to it. Ready? A little more. Oh, of course. That'll work. I think we're close enough. Close enough. I'm gonna start trying to break your neck. Okay. Alright. So, now you've got that L bracket, right? The L bracket. And I need a nut. I don't think I need a nut and a bolt for this side. Bracket. I'll go wash that off. It's fertilizer. I think it'll make you feel too good if you don't. I'll get this thing attached and then feels really good when it's in your eyes. Well, I guess I suck as a YouTuber lately, right? I do. I suck as a YouTuber lately. I mean, I completely fixed this thing. Me and Grant here completely fixed it. And I didn't film it. Stupid as that. So anyways, he's got some paint on there. This was just bent. We put a new nut on there and moved some stuff around. You got to be careful because these bumpers here will knock this off. And this tube, yes, this little tube is cut perfectly with holes in it. And if you break that, it's like $300. It's ridiculous. I do have a spare one up there someplace. At least I think I do. Yeah, it's up there. You don't really want to break them. Same thing here. I ended up cutting that off and then reboxing it in. And that paint is pretty dry. So I boxed it in on top, bottom, and that side I left this hinge on there so I could work on that. Did a little bit of work here. Yes, it looks pretty rough, but if you've ever ran 90-foot booms, you'd understand what the hell I'm going through when it comes to fence rows. At least fence rows here in New Jersey. Maybe out in the Midwest you don't have the fence rows like we do. Our field size is an average of maybe 8 or 10 acres. So you take a 90-foot boom in an 8 or 10 acre field, you're going to hit shit. The field is smaller than the sprayer. So I got a neighbor over here and he was telling me all about his new program. It's not really a new program, it's a smart idea, but I just don't have the manpower or the desire to use that product. But what he's doing is he's sending his wife into the fields with a pool type spreader, a little Wilmar 4-ton spreader, and she's putting down urea in all the small odd fields because he's got a truck sprayer, an AgChem, or what is it, a Rogator. Yeah, it's a Rogator, 4-wheeled thing, and it's a step up from the 3-wheeled thing, but he's got them both. He's got Terragator and Rogator. So instead of going into the field and running the big sprayer, he's got her throwing ESN out on the smaller fields of wheat, and even in the soybean fields, he's just not doing it. He says, I'll go through it once with the sprayer and Roundup and whatever other chemicals he's going to use, but to put fertilizer down, it's just better for her to use that sprayer. So, with that being said, I guess I'm pretty much done here. I do have a couple of issues with this sprayer that I have to address this coming week, and one of them is this valve. This valve here, it rotted off inside. Inside there's a brass, there is a brass, shaft, and it goes all the way through to the inside, and it rotted off. So I'm lucky enough that I don't really need it at the moment, because basically what you'll do is, if you run it out of fertilizer, it's a real bastard to get it primed, so you got to do the safety valve purge, and that's what turns it to there. I've got it on the spray boom, and I don't need to flush anything right now because I'm just running nitrogen, but when I get to going other chemicals and stuff, then I would need to have this thing to flush the water. That's what this tank is a water tank. The blue is for the water, the green is for your main spray tank, and I don't need to use the ChemFill or the induction tank on here because I just dump it in the top, and I am running the main tank. Everything else is working on it though, and if you do run it out of spray or nitrogen, it's a bastard to get started, and I won't even tell you what I have to do that. Took me about 2 hours to get this thing primed the other day. I was ready to just go freaking out of my tree. So, anyway, I'm going to go on over there, and Grant is going to pump fertilizer in this thing because I'm going to tell him to do that. Right, Grant? Sure. Thank you.